In this demonstration, we'll show how DataWalk can be used to proactively identify high-risk activity associated with a potential money laundering scheme. Here we are on the DataWalk Universe viewer, which shows a visual interface for all of the data that's in the system, as well as the connections between those data sets. We'll start with our SAR data set, which has 7,081 SARs. And for this analysis, we're going to start by filtering that data set to select only the SARs that have been filed in the last 6 months. So we specify last 6 months, apply that filter, and we see that our SAR data set was reduced from over 7,000 to 83 that have happened in the last 6 months. We can then click on people and see that there are 34 people that are associated with those 83 SARs. And further, we can easily filter on the connection to identify the number of people who are associated with 2 or more SARs, so the number of people that have multiple SARs. And we see that there are 15 people that have multiple SARs, and they are associated with a total of 71 SARs. We further can go to a histogram, and we can look specifically at these SARs. And in particular, we want to take a look at the violation amount associated with each of the SARs. And we see on the histogram that there are 50 SARs in the range of $0 to $10,000, and then a number of higher value SARs. In this particular case, we want to first take a look at these SARs between $0 and $10,000. So we use that as a filter, and we see that there are 10 people who have such a SAR. Now, by the way, I'll mention here that as we've gone along in our analysis, we're saving the steps in our analysis in this workflow through these breadcrumbs. We can actually save this so that we can instantly recreate this analysis literally at the click of a button. In this case, what we'll do is we'll take these 10 people off to a link chart, and we'll start building out a link chart to see what we can learn about these people and their activities. First, we will connect them with their SARs. So we know by definition that these individuals have multiple SARs, and as we see, we have people connected, in this case, often with 5 or so SARs. We can continue to build out a link chart, and for these people, we can add addresses. And we immediately see that there's a network here where a single address is being shared by 3 different individuals. As well as that, we can continue to build out the link chart if we'd like. In this case, we'll next add phones, and we'll reorganize our graph a bit. And we see that we have a couple of interesting things happening. So one is, as we saw before, that there is a single address that's being shared by multiple people. But in addition to that, we now see another network where a phone is shared by multiple individuals, each of whom have multiple SARs. Now, of course, we can continue to build out the network from here and see if there are other people associated with these elements. So, for example, we can see if there are additional people that are associated with that phone, and in the case there are 3 additional people associated with that phone. And further, we can build out our link chart and see if those additional people also have SARs. And in this case, they do. So what we've uncovered here with a few clicks, we've reduced our data from a very large number of SARs and people to a specific subset of people that were exhibiting suspicious behavior. We've now identified that those people are connected via networks, via phones and addresses, and they're connected to other people with additional SARs. So this may be indicative of a human trafficking ring or other suspicious organized crime. So that's a quick look at how DataWalk can be used to proactively identify high-risk activity.